I want to make a cinnamon roll filling. We're about to make some cinnamon rolls on the table as part of this sweet starter brioche trialing that we're doing. So this is last year's cinnamon roll filling formula. See if I can gather these ingredients up. Got butter, 2 different kinds of sugar and honey in this formula. We're gonna go with butter and sugar first, creaming them up, some honey, cinnamon. Wow guys, since last week there's not like 800 cinnamons anymore. Leveling up. Luis, has this facility changed a lot in 2 years?
Oh yeah, dramatically. As we always say, the only thing that's constant is change.
Carlos, do you think it's changed a lot in a year?
Yeah, I was saying 2 years and 1 year.
I don't know what version I'm on anymore then. If you're on 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think we are reaching closer to a steady state though.
Okay, I'm excited.
2026 is the year of the steady state.
Alright, let's go.
I'm ready too, man. I am ready too. It's been a lot of climbing up here. Change is great to a point. What is that called? You're talking about
Stretch mark?
stretch mark. Yeah, there you go. I don't think we make it through this year without a few stretch marks. Organizationally, but then we'll fill them in and they'll just be beauty scars at that point. All right, so got butter scaled for this guy. Let's move this to the mixer while I get a vessel. I'm thinking kind of in between here. This isn't quite enough for this mixer and it's probably going to be max for this mixer. Let's go here to be safe. Need some brown sugar. This is 6. All right. Sugar's gonna join the butters in the bowl. Cream these up together. It's actually a good amount for this. It's when we get into making the concha filling that I'm not making enough right now to merit this big mixer. Let's see if we can speed this up. Should even go higher. Let that do its thing for a minute. What else we got? Bring this cinnamon over. All I have left is a little water and honey, which I think I'll put together. This is so little water, I need some other vessel. Do we have delis somewhere? Sugars are creaming. Looking good. Just a little scrape down at the side of the bowl. Don't need much longer on the creaming side. All the ingredients are in now. Just gotta mix them together and we've got our cinnamon roll filling. Spray these down while I wait. And the cinnamon roll filling needs to come out of this bowl so we can free up this bowl for other things. I like to give a quick stir to it before I use it. Some brown sugar that was stuck to the bottom of the bowl that I should have done a better job scraping. So this brioche dough that mixed yesterday, bulked in the proofer yesterday for half the day, and then refrigerated overnight. The goal is to get it sheeted and then topped. So let's get it done. This is the maiden voyage for the sheeter, so we'll see how it goes. So with this dough sheeter being kind of the test sheeter, everything's gonna be half the size as it would be on the full sheeter. Something's weird when I'm going in this direction, but why this direction? Does not seem right. So trying to get to 5, very strange. Real good question. About to find out though. Don't really know what the issue is. It's kind of like it runs out of juice or something. Okay, this is gonna be the level we need it at right now. Okay, got one. Let's go ahead and get for how well that went, other than the sheeter being strange, I kind of want to get the second one rolled out. Since the sheeter clearly prefers going in this direction, start the other way. A little further to get to full width. A little flour on the top. This is final here. So let's fold this guy back up. Just stay on this side of the table, I guess. The dough we made yesterday had rouge from like early on when we redressed the stones. A little grittier. You can almost see it in the final dough. Today's batch of brioche that we'll do this with tomorrow be a little nicer probably. So what I'm gonna do now is spray the very end so that it basically sticks and spread this stuff out. This is gonna be another interesting one to figure out the final proof time. What I think I'm gonna do is refrigerate these all day and then proof them overnight. and hope for the best that by morning they'll be just right. We're gonna use what we have at this point. With morning buns, which we make daily as part of our croissant program, the cinnamon sugar filling's a little simpler, and we spread it extremely thin on the final pastry. That was a little chunk of brown sugar that I found. But with cinnamon rolls, want a little bit of a thicker overall filling. That's what I'm so far accomplishing here. Pretty decent coverage. Let's roll these babies up. Got a little water on the table right here that is kind of plaguing me on the side. Okay, they're very thick. I'm gonna get the other one rolled out, and then we'll cut these out together. For these guys, we don't happen to have a ruler in here. They're all across the street. Maybe we'll do the 2 1/4, which is 4 1/2, which is 9. That's what we do the morning buns to. I don't know what the right amount is yet. So it's a start. Okay, decent layering. This is an end piece, so I'll only use it I have to. I think 4 across the bottom, even if they're a little snug. I'm gonna be selling these in 4-packs, so we're gonna want a configuration that makes sense for that. So far I'm pretty pleased with the layering. Can I go 6x4? I think I can. That would be 6x4, which annoyingly means I'm gonna be working with a half pan in the next round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I somehow get the impression that they're gonna be a little tall, but that's what tomorrow's trial, gotta start somewhere. That's what tomorrow will be for if that's the case. So on here I've got 6 packs of cinnamon rolls, 6 4-packs that is, and there's space for them to prove. It'll be interesting. So they're already at a size that's a lot, so I'm tempted to actually go smaller on this next rung and see. So that was 2 1/4, that's morning bun level, easiest for the team to figure out. Let's go 1 1/2. Now I gotta really be careful with the markings to make sure I know which ones are which. These markings are gonna go all across. Still, it's not gonna be a full pan by any means. So that seems more reasonable already. So I got 2 4-packs there, another one here. And these are all sort of sacrificial lambs. I want to border this 4-pack so that it turns out nicely. And then I want to border around this 4-pack so it also turns out nicely. So all my 4-packs are surrounded here in all directions. And these 2 rolls are going to be 2 nice individual rolls because they're also surrounded. They're a little smaller. And we get 2 tests here, 1 1/2 and a 2 1/4. So we'll see how this goes. These guys are going in the walk-in cooler all day, and then they'll join the nighttime proof with other items, hopefully ready to be baked in the morning. All right, I'm gonna leave these uncovered for now. Wow, thick ones. I can't even imagine how big those are gonna be. These cinnamon rolls also were proofed overnight. They're looking like they still need a little more time, but not too bad. I think we could execute them when we want. We do need to prepare the frosting for them in order to have something to put on top of them. Another trial of cinnamon rolls. I'm gonna wait to roll these out until we bake the ones from yesterday just to see what adjustments to make in sizing. So that's kind of the game plan. Let's get going. Pretty sure there it is, nope, filling. All right, I actually need to print off the recipe for cinnamon roll frosting. Let's get that really quick. Probably should have thought about this yesterday, but we don't have any cream cheese in the house, and this recipe calls for cream cheese. So let's see, make a much smaller batch. It's not too bad. I have everything else that I need. Pretty simple. It's cream cheese, it's butter, it's sugar, powdered sugar that is, salt, and some vanilla. So shouldn't be too bad. Just need to go across the streets in about 40 minutes and pick that up. So we'll find the right moment for that. All right, that's ready for us. Next, we're gonna get the ovens ready and see how that impacts the team up there that's baking. 20 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. We'll get everything ready. And then cinnamon rolls will come last in there, I think. How many decks or how many rounds of buns do you have? Just one, or you have multiple? Two. And then you have JC.
Yes.
And then sandwich later? Or where's sandwich falling into it? No sandwich. Oh, Mace is doing all that now? Can't keep it all straight.
That's
Is JC gonna be more or less, are you going like, will there be pauses? I'm just trying to plan when to fire cinnamon rolls.
There will be pauses, yes. I will know more after I throw these in. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Check everything.
Basically, anytime there's a pause, I've got something to throw in. So, cool. All right. We have 8-9 minutes. Can start prepping for the cinnamon roll frosting work. That's all the cream cheese we're gonna need. Let's go with butter. It's gonna be 1 and a little pounds. That's all the butter. The debate between which of these mixers to use again. I think I'm gonna try the small one today. Okay. Now I need the sugar, 1466. Starting to question that mixer already. Yeah, this just already seems like a bad idea. Let's switch. Why this one's here, I don't know. Okay, a little creaming action. The butter and the powdered sugar. Just gonna stand here for a moment so I can put it in higher speed and then walk away and get the other couple ingredients that are gonna go in here. Let's see what happens if I get it to 2. It might be premature. It's doing okay. Let's move on. Simple, a little salt and a little vanilla. 13 grams of salt, 11 grams of vanilla. Got both of those. And we'll scale out this cream cheese. Well, that made life easy. It's basically on the money here. All right, that's looking nice and creamed. Is this where they were messing up with the cinnamon roll frosting, like last year?
Make that 100 times larger.
Yeah.
Because then you gotta scrape the sides and you really gotta get in there.
Yeah.
Because then anything that's cold out. But if it's warm, it's easy. If it's cold,
Were they putting the cream cheese in at the same time as the butter? Or doing what I'm doing, which is I creamed the butter and the powdered sugar and then I'm putting in the cream cheese. Just curious.
I don't remember. But no matter how you do it, you either get
Yeah, you got it.
butter or you get chunks of cream cheese if they're.
So having a discussion about this particular process at scale. It's funny, like all processes seem easy until you go to scale them and then there's unexpected consequences. So Logan's kind of teasing me saying, well, yeah, just make this 100 times bigger and then see the problems. And I'm sure that's true. And it's mostly getting salt in this bowl.
Make it 100 times larger and that's easy.
Yeah, exactly. What's hard for me right now, it's easy for you. But the problem at scale is chunks of cream cheese or butter in the final product, not fully like whipped together. So just imagine like we'll be making this in this bowl. And so it's going to be important at scale during the holidays to scrape down the sides of the bowl, really, no matter how annoying that is. And you know, as bread bakers, a lot of times these extra confections can feel like a nuisance, but it's really the icing on the cake.
Oh.
All right, start slow again. While it's going, I'm gonna clean up my extra mixing bowl mess that I created for myself. Done. I'm gonna scrape the sides of the bowl too, just to make sure it's pretty smooth. Give it a try. Seems fine to me. I wish everything was made that easy. Actually, I don't. My actions don't match that statement. Interestingly, that 2 1/4 size seemed to be the way to go based on the size we're going for. I don't know why, but 15 minutes seems like too long. for the rest of this bake. Pausing and doing a temp check. Cinnamon roll program that we're using. So we know that it works, but we also know that it's probably been designed for a full rack of the rolls rather than just 2 trays. So it's probably not done yet, but I just want to gauge where it's at. This top tray literally can come out. It's done. The bottom tray needs a few more minutes. Nobody really wants to over-bake cinnamon rolls. See, all of these are temping, fully done. And the thing is, with cinnamon rolls, them being soft is part of the feature. These 1.5s are nice. It's just, I think we're going for the big, voluptuous, like over-the-top cinnamon roll in this case. You know, to contrast the Morning Bun that we sell normally, which is a little bit more approachable, this one's like decadent, indulgent, once in a while, you know, something maybe at a premium, but something you can also comfortably share, you know, with your family and friends. So yeah, I'm happy even with this tray, but not for the purposes of the holiday. So these turn out nice and soft. Very happy with them overall. Let's go ahead and add some of this topping. I'm not gonna do anything fancy right now. I just, enough for a proof of concept. There's like a fancy way of spreading this. It's not necessary in this moment. These aren't for sale after all. Normally we'll actually separate these out before we top them too, so I kind of jumped the gun, but let's cut these 4 out, see if they'll actually fit in a box. All right, taste test. Need a plate. So the test here is to see if they're nice and soft, which the texture you can see is like pretty velvety and appealing. Nobody's gonna complain about that. I think it is an improvement over last year's. Everybody likes that center. Let's go straight for the heart. It's kind of interesting, in this sweet starter brioche formula, I still get a little tang, but in the sweet starter other products, I don't. That's a mystery that I haven't figured out why yet. It's less tang than the past, but it's a pleasant amount. I like it. And a big texture improvement over the past. Less dense, lighter and airier and fluffier as an overall roll. Might want a touch more filling, so that's also worth noting. Getting enough, but I think a little more would be pleasant, and that's probably enough for me given I'm sampling a lot of breads today, but love it. We're gonna iterate a little bit more on this and get it to completion pretty soon.
Last year, we launched $1 Million Baker, a video course designed specifically for bakers ready to start, grow, or level up their bakery business. We built it for the dreamers, the doers, the home bakers who wanted to go pro, and the pros who wanted more. We've watched new bakeries launch across the country and around the world, all fueled by the same passion and determination we had when we started. But recipes and branding are just the beginning. Behind every successful bakery is a mountain of decisions most people never see about equipment, workflows, layout, staffing, logistics, and finances. That's why we've been working hard on Season 2, focused entirely on what happens behind the scenes, the stuff no one tells you, but everyone eventually runs into. We didn't want to repeat Season 1, we wanted to build on it. If Season 1 was about building the product and the brand, Season 2 is about making the business work. How do you deal with space constraints? How do you manage employees? What gear is worth the investment and what's not? What systems save time and reduce stress? How do you keep your books from becoming a nightmare? We've made mistakes. We've also made progress, and we want to share both. This isn't a get-rich-quick promise or a cookie-cutter blueprint. It's a hard-won experience packed into honest, practical lessons. I want you to be prepared for the toughest days so you can reach your best ones faster. These are lessons you won't find anywhere else from people who've actually lived them. If you're serious about building a bakery that lasts, this is the education we wish we had.